Welcome, curious minds, to Unveiling the Mind's Shadow. 5 dark psychology tactics revealed. Every day, we navigate through a world filled with unseen influences. These forces can shape our decisions, alter our perceptions, and dictate our interactions with others. But what happens when these influences are not just part of the complexity of human nature, but are deliberately wielded for control, power, and personal gain? Today, we pull back the curtain on the psychological tactics that operate in the shadows. From the subtle art of manipulation to the insidious effects of gaslighting, we'll explore the mechanisms that some individuals use to prey upon others, often without their knowledge. But this journey is not just about unveiling these tactics, it's about empowerment. By understanding these dark psychology tactics, you can arm yourself with the knowledge to recognize, resist, and protect your mind from the unseen manipulations that may cross your path. Section 1. Manipulation. In the shadows of everyday interactions, a subtle force is at play, guiding decisions and shaping perceptions without a trace. Welcome to the realm of manipulation, the first of 5 dark psychology tactics we're unveiling today. Manipulation, by definition, is an art of control. It's about influencing others to your advantage, so masterfully that the strings you pull go unnoticed. But what makes manipulation particularly insidious is its invisibility cloak. The victims often tread on, unaware of the puppeteer's influence. Let's delve into the techniques, the subtle tools of the manipulator's trade. First, guilt tripping, a classic maneuver where emotional debt becomes a leash. Picture this: a partner saying, "If you really loved me, you wouldn't go out tonight." It's not just a request, it's an emotional trap. Then there's gaslighting, a term that's found its way into the common vernacular, thanks to its chilling effectiveness. It's the psychological manipulation that makes you question your reality. "I never said that. You're imagining things," claims the gaslighter, planting seeds of doubt. And let's not overlook emotional leverage. This technique involves using someone's feelings against them, leveraging love, fear, or obligation to sway decisions. In the workplace, it might look like a boss saying, "I thought I could count on you for this project. Don't let me down." The realms of relationships, workplaces, and even the media are rife with examples. From the friend who always plays the victim to get their way, to the advertisements that manipulate our fears and desires, manipulation molds our world from the shadows. So, how does one shield themselves from the invisible hands of manipulation? Awareness is your armor. Recognize the signs, the guilt trips, the doubts seeded by gaslighting, the emotional blackmail. Listen to your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Practice assertiveness. It's okay to say no, to set boundaries, and to question inconsistencies. Remember, manipulation thrives in ambiguity and fear. By asserting your reality and your rights, you dismantle the manipulator's stage. And finally, seek support. Confide in trusted friends or professionals who can offer perspective and validation. You're not alone on this journey from the shadows into the light. This is just the beginning of our journey into the mind's shadow. Stay with us as we continue to unveil the dark psychology tactics hidden in plain sight. Section 2. Deception. Beneath the surface of our daily exchanges lies a murky world where truth and fiction blur. Welcome to the second chapter of our exploration. Deception. Deception, in its essence, is the act of painting falsehoods as truths, leading others astray for personal gain. It's the art of the illusionist, but played out in the real world, where the stakes are all too real. This dark tactic manifests in myriad forms: lying by omission, where crucial truths are deliberately withheld, leaving a picture incomplete. An example? Consider a job applicant who fails to mention their firing from a previous position, misleading potential employers about their employment history. Exaggeration, another common guise, inflates the truth to serve one's narrative. A product claims to guarantee results in just days, stretching the truth to the breaking point, preying on hope and desperation. Then there's the fabrication of stories, Tales spun from the threads of imagination, designed to deceive. Political figures promising reforms with no intention to act, weaving grand narratives to captivate and mislead the electorate. How, then, can we navigate this labyrinth of falsehoods? The first step is to cultivate a healthy skepticism. Question the source, the motive behind the message. Is there something to be gained from the deception? Verify information independently, especially if it's significant. Cross-reference claims, seek out reputable sources, and don't rely solely on information that comes to you unsolicited. Learn to read between the lines. Deception often lies in what's not said as much as in what is. Pay attention to inconsistencies, too good to be true offers, and details that don't add up. Finally, trust your intuition. If something feels off, it often is. Your subconscious can catch lies even when your conscious mind is still piecing together the puzzle. Unveiling deception requires diligence, skepticism, and a commitment to uncovering the truth. As we peel back the layers of deceit, we empower ourselves against those who would use the shadows to their advantage. Section 3. Coercion. Amidst the shadows that dance on the edges of our perception lies a force both overt and covert, wielding power through threats and intimidation. This force is known as coercion, a dark tactic that compels action against one's will. Coercion operates by applying pressure so intense, it leaves little room for choice. Whether through direct threats to one's safety or the more insidious psychological pressures that bind the spirit, its essence is control through fear. Consider the direct approach. Physical threats or aggression, stark and terrifying. It's the raised fist, the looming threat of harm, clear and unequivocal. But coercion's reach extends beyond the physical, into the realm of psychological warfare. It's the veiled threat, the implied consequence, equally paralyzing. Real-life examples abound, painting a grim picture of coercion's grip. In abusive relationships, it's the partner who says, "Leave me, and you'll have nothing." In the workplace, it manifests as harassment, where refusal to comply with unwelcome advances leads to professional sabotage. And in the wider world, legal and financial threats bind individuals to contracts and obligations against their better judgment. But where there is shadow, there is also light. The antidote to coercion lies in empowerment and resilience. Setting boundaries is the first step toward reclaiming your space. Firm, clear lines about what is acceptable and what is not provide a shield against coercion's advance. Seeking support is equally vital. Confiding in trusted friends, family, or professionals can provide both emotional solace and practical advice. Remember, isolation is a coercer's ally. Solidarity is yours. And when coercion crosses into the realm of illegality, legal protections become your sword and shield. Laws and regulations, though sometimes complex, offer recourse for those coerced in personal, professional, and contractual contexts. By understanding coercion, recognizing its signs, and taking decisive action to counter its effects, we light a torch in the darkness, guiding our path to autonomy and safety. With knowledge as our guide and resilience as our companion, we navigate the treacherous waters of dark psychology, steering towards safer shores. Stay vigilant, for our journey continues. Section 4. Gaslighting. Within the labyrinth of the mind's shadow, a particularly sinister tactic lurks, one that distorts reality, sows seeds of doubt, and erodes the very foundations of one's sanity. This tactic is known as gaslighting. Gaslighting is not merely deception. It's psychological warfare aimed at destabilizing the victim's sense of reality. By manipulating perceptions and memories, gaslighters assert dominance and control, leaving their targets questioning their own sanity. The techniques employed by gaslighters are as insidious as they are effective. They deny any wrongdoing, no matter how blatant, leaving their victims second-guessing their own observations and experiences. They trivialize feelings, dismissing legitimate emotions as irrational or unwarranted. "You're just being too sensitive," they say, brushing off the pain they inflict with callous disregard. And perhaps most diabolically, gaslighters thrive on confusion. They twist words, manipulate facts, and shift blame in a dizzying whirlwind of deception, leaving their victims grasping for solid ground in a sea of uncertainty. Real-life examples of gaslighting abound, from the intimate confines of domestic relationships to the grand stage of political discourse. In the home, it may take the form of a partner denying abusive behavior, leaving the victim questioning their own safety and sanity. In the media, gaslighting can be seen in the manipulation of facts and the dissemination of misinformation, leading audiences to doubt objective reality and accept alternate truths. And in politics, gaslighting is a weapon wielded with precision as leaders distort reality to fit their agendas, leaving citizens disoriented and distrustful of their own perceptions. But fear not, for there are defenses against the gaslighter's arsenal of deception. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it likely is. Maintain a support network of trusted friends and family who can offer perspective and validation. And if gaslighting becomes pervasive and overwhelming, seek professional help. Therapists and counselors can provide guidance and support, helping to untangle the web of lies and reclaim your sense of reality. With awareness, support, and courage, we can shine a light into the darkness of gaslighting, reclaiming our truth and our sanity. Stay vigilant, for the shadows may lurk where we least expect them. Our journey through the mind's shadow continues. Join us as we uncover more of the dark psychology tactics hidden in plain sight. Section 5. Exploitation. In the dark corners of the human psyche, a tactic as despicable as it is, pervasive lurks. Exploitation. It's the act of preying upon vulnerabilities, taking advantage of others for personal gain, often leaving victims feeling violated and powerless. Exploitation knows no bounds. It can manifest in various forms, from emotional manipulation to financial deceit. Exploiters identify weaknesses and wield them as weapons, leaving victims trapped in a web of deceit and coercion. At the heart of exploitation lie cunning techniques designed to deceive and manipulate. Emotional exploitation targets the heartstrings, manipulating feelings of love, guilt, or fear to control and coerce. Financial exploitation, on the other hand, targets the wallet, deceiving and defrauding victims for monetary gain. It can range from online scams and phishing schemes to elder abuse and exploitative labor practices. In the digital age, online scams abound, preying on unsuspecting individuals with promises of wealth or security. From phishing emails to fraudulent websites, exploiters use technology to cast wide nets and reel in victims. Elder abuse is another grim reality, where vulnerable seniors are targeted for financial gain or mistreated for personal gratification. Exploiters may pose as caretakers or family members, gaining trust before betraying it. Exploitative labor practices are rampant in industries where workers are marginalized or desperate for employment. From unpaid wages to hazardous working conditions, exploiters prioritize profit over the well-being of their workers. But there is hope amidst the darkness. Recognizing exploitation is the first step to combating it. Trust your instincts and be wary of offers that seem too good to be true. Protect your personal information and financial assets with vigilance. For those who have fallen victim to exploitation, know that you are not alone. Seek support from trusted friends, family, or organizations that specialize in assisting victims of exploitation. Together, we can reclaim our power and hold exploiters accountable. By shedding light on the dark tactics of exploitation, we empower ourselves and others to resist and combat its insidious influence. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and together, we can create a world where exploitation has no place. Our journey through the mind's shadow may be fraught with peril, but with knowledge as our guide and unity as our strength, we can overcome any darkness that seeks to ensnare us. As we emerge from the depths of the mind's shadow, we carry with us newfound insights and a deeper understanding of the tactics that seek to ensnare us. Let us take a moment to reflect on the journey we've undertaken. Throughout this exploration, we've peeled back the layers of dark psychology, revealing 5 insidious tactics: manipulation, coercion, gaslighting, exploitation, and deception. These shadows, though they may lurk in the corners of our minds, lose their power in the light of awareness. But our journey does not end here. It is a journey of continued vigilance and self-discovery, where each new revelation strengthens our resolve and fortifies our defenses against the darkness that seeks to manipulate and control. Now, I invite you, dear viewers, to join us in the ongoing conversation. Share your experiences, your insights, and your tips in the comments below. Together, we can build a community of resilience and support. And as we navigate the complexities of the human psyche, remember this: knowledge is our greatest ally, and community is our strongest defense. In unity, we find strength. In awareness, we find liberation. Thank you for embarking on this journey with us. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay empowered, and may the light of knowledge guide your path through the shadows of dark psychology.